I'm going to talk a little bit about digital transformation today, about what's happening in the social space right now, and what are the key things that we need to do as brands and agencies to actually get through to customers on social in the organic way. I wanted to kick off the presentation about something else which is very dear to my heart. So social media is fantastic, love it. Music, also chicken. Put up your hands if you know what Cheeky Nando's is. Cheeky Nando's is this really bizarre thing that happened last year. So we have this thing in the UK where I'm going for a Cheeky Nando's. This is one of the things that they asked. So on Tumblr, someone asked, but what does Cheeky Nando's mean? It has to have a meaning. So this continued, and I think the real beauty of this was the one tweet which Nando's USA, and sadly Nando's SA didn't get involved in this, but Nando's USA sent this one tweet there to the UK. But seriously, Nando's UK, what is a Cheeky Nando's? And oh, Nando's USA, you just won't get it. Cheeky Nando's. So the next thing I want to talk about, I'm not going to talk about Zoomer. Last 4 months, I've just heard everything about that guy. So I'm going to bore you with someone else instead, which is our Prime Minister, David Cameron. Basically, part of the rituals that they did in his society was to, initiation society, he had to put his nuts in the pig's mouth. This got out in the news, and he had a lot of mentions, and 270,000 mentions in one day. This is pretty damaging stuff. This is what's happening with social. It's affecting governments, it's affecting businesses. It's just unimagined disruption at the moment happening around the world on social. We've never seen anything like this before. The other thing that we're seeing as well is this with mobile, especially I'm finding what's absolutely amazing about social right now is this real-time thing. So digital is actually removing the uncertainty from all of our lives. People expecting things real-time. Uber comes to you now. In the past, you might order a taxi, and you don't know when it's going to come. You're going to start panicking. Where's the taxi? It's not here yet. Now you know it. You follow it. You can call the guy, and you know where the taxi is. Everything is in control. We're in control of everything, and everything's immediate. Mobile, unimagined sort of change that's happening here. We've never seen something like this before with the technology. And what I'm always so impressed about with Africa in particular, as a whole continent, and I was talking to the Vodacom guys about this before, is that you can do so much more on your mobile here than in the UK. They're so behind over there in the UK in terms of buying stuff or things like SnapScan and all these kind of cool technologies you've got. Even just buying credit on your phone is so much easier in this country. We're also going to come to a point soon where there's a tipping point in the terms of the people who are coming into work every day. So in 2011, we came to a tipping point where everyone who went into work had lived with the internet. By 2026, everyone who goes to work will have lived with Facebook. It's going to be a digital and social first environment very soon, and companies need to transform in order to be able to deal with that. So when we look at the scale of this, and we look at email, for example, at the moment there's around 4.3 billion email accounts. So social has completely smashed it. We've never seen this technology adoption before. 75 years it took for the telephone to be something which had 50 million users. Look at Instagram, 1.77 years. And this has meant that the social customer journey has started. It's completely changed. So Yellow Pages, that's how you used to do things. You'd have your book, a massive book, and it came through directly. Now it goes straight into Google. Acquisition. Do you have stores? Yeah, you've got stores here. You go into the shop, and now you can just order everything online. And I'm also really interested to see the rise of e-commerce in this country as well, considering the challenges you have. And then also engagement. It'll be by the phone, calling people. Now you can actually just have conversations on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn with people you've never even dreamt of getting in contact with before. Direct conversations with CEOs, CROs, CSOs, CDOs, whatever you want. You can actually start to have a warm conversation there. And then advocacy as well. Everything was word of mouth, in the pub, in the clubs, in the braai. And now, though, everything is over social. You can just actually talk to people. And then you can also empower your employees with knowledge and data as well. So what we do at Hootsuite, we really aim to partner with all of our clients on their digital transformation journeys. We have now around 13 million users of Hootsuite worldwide, with 2,500 enterprise customers across all kinds of verticals. So we're building partnerships across the world. And then in terms of our platform, is really around the scale. So we're actually sending out of Hootsuite around 28 million messages a week. Amongst those, it's around 3 billion fans and followers that kind of have reached through our platform. Now what we're seeing is a completely connected organization around social, where actually potentially everyone in the business has a role to play with social. So social is now where customers learn, seek, discover, and decide about your brands and what they're going to buy. So in this new paradigm, this new world we're living in, what do we need to do? So first thing is trusting in employees. Okay, so what this is about is building brand love internally and externally through engaged and connected employees and staff. Basically what we see now is that you have a massively untapped resource and reach at your disposal in a lot of organizations. And you know, some interesting things we've also seen from employee advocacy programs is actually employees are getting, you know, more likely to stay at the company, they're more satisfied in their day-to-day, and they're more optimistic about the company's future because they're more informed about what's happening, they're looking better in the market, and they're proud to work for the company. And really, social is a skill and it's not a department anymore, so this is key. So trusting in your employees to be on social, be your brand ambassadors, will make a massive difference to your organization, and it's very, very likely that it's happening already in your organization. With social, you're really able to dive into who's talking about you and find the influencers around conversations. You can do this on a global level. You can find these influencers, and then you can even start digging in more geographically and locally. Another thing then is around awesome content. I think it's really important now that, yes, you know, social is part of everyday business, but I really think we now as brands and agencies need to think how, okay, we do the business as usual, make processes which make everything really easy and clean. But then at the same time, especially agencies, you need to start thinking about what can we do that's going to really get above the noise here. Another example which I like is from one of our clients, WWF. And what we saw last year was, or the year before, was the inclusion of emojis into Twitter. So this campaign, it generated around 500,000 tweets. They did it in association with Biden and Kennedy. And so they managed to increase brand awareness through this campaign. They engaged with new audiences, they raised funds for WWF, and they highlighted endangered species. So in summary, I just wanted to sort of cover, I think, a few main things. So firstly is trusting in your employees, trusting in influencers and creating a network of trust with your audiences, so really building a reputation which will ensure that they will be willing to share with you and talk with you. And finally, it's trusting in awesome. So really creating engaging content, really looking at how you can talk with customers and delighting them every day. Fantastic. Thank you very much.